Big fights in Black Clover follow a very simple formula. It amazes me how effective this formula is. It's repeated over and over throughout the manga and it never gets old. All battles start with certain characters fighting each other. At one point, the heroes are put at a disadvantage and are about to die. Then one of two things happens. One of the heroes gets a power-up, or another hero joins the battle to save the ones fighting. Alternatively, the heroes could be about to win when another villain shows up to assist them, and then repeat. I'll give 4 examples to hammer home this point. Yuno and Klaus are fighting Mars. When the heroes start losing, and Yuno is about to be killed, Asta comes in and saves him. Now Asta is fighting Mars. When Asta gets in trouble, he gets a power-up in the form of a new sword and is able to continue fighting. Then when Asta gets in trouble again, Yuno gets a power-up in the form of a wind spirit and saves Asta and defeats Mars. The next battle is the fight in the kingdom. Asta is fighting Rades and having a hard time, but Leopold and Noel show up to assist him. Asta continues fighting, but when he's about to lose, Fuego Leon saves him and begins to fight Rades in his place. As the two fight, Valtos comes in and Fuego is mysteriously incapacitated as Midnight Sun members enter. Asta, Leopold, and Noel fight against them, but the first two get heavily injured. This is when the Magic Knight captains show up and fight off the Midnight Sun. Asta is captured and the villains retreat, but Julius follows them and starts killing and capturing them. In the end, a few members are able to escape. Asta, Gauche, and Teresa are fighting Neige and Baro. The heroes are close to winning when Sally shows up. The three are forced to fight her, but Gauche leaves the battle to protect his sister. Asta and Teresa are battling Sally, and Asta gets injured. Before he can die, Gauche returns to save him and the three fight once again. They use the power-up, Mirror Brigade, to obtain victory. Towards the end of the battle, Neige saves Asta from peril. This is when Lich enters the fray and attacks the heroes. The three try to fight him, but they are getting their asses whooped. Then, Finral brings Yami to save Asta. Finral takes Gauche and Teresa out of the battle. Yami and Asta are fighting Lich for a while, until Valtos shows up. It becomes a 2-on-2 battle, and during this time, Asta gets a power-up in the form of Ki Sensing from Yami. Yami decides to solo Lich and it becomes 2 separate one-on-one battles, with Asta fighting Valtos. Asta defeats his opponent with Ki Sensing, and Lich decides to use his final attack. When the two have no way of escape, Finral brings Gauche to the battle, who reflects Lich's ultimate spell with his power-up, Full Reflect. When the battle seems to be over, the third eyes show up and start fighting against the Black Bulls. When they are beginning to be overwhelmed, Jack, Nozel, and Charlotte save them in time. The third eyes retreat with Lich at the end. The last one I'll use as an example is the legendary fight against Veto. Magna and Luck are fighting Veto, but they lose. Asta and Kyoto show up and start fighting against the third eye member. The Man of Despair starts to crush his opponents when Noel shows up and saves Asta. Kyoto rises and Kahono and him start fighting Veto. The two are eventually defeated, but Noel saves them with her power-up, Roar of the Sea Dragon. When Veto attacks her, Asta comes to her rescue while Vanessa and Finral rescue the others. Asta, Vanessa, and Finral use their teamwork to defeat Veto. Defeated, he decides to self-destruct, but Yami gains a power-up in the form of a dimension-cutting spell, which he uses to enter the battle and one-shot Veto. Naruto and Dragon Ball Z used this strategy too. Naruto did it in the battle against Dozu's squad in the Forest of Death, and DBZ does it in nearly every single final battle. There are multiple advantages to this writing style. Both sides are allowed to go through multiple ups and downs without the battle feeling dragged out. These ups and downs are important because they keep up the tension and pay off. When a character starts going on the losing side and is about to die, tension is increased. When the characters defeat the villains, the viewers feel the payoff of the battle in the form of satisfaction and relief. Black Clover manages to do this multiple times in one big battle without losing the viewer's interest. This writing style also allows characters to lose without consequences. Asta technically lost to Rades, the Midnight Sun minions, and Veto, but he didn't face any dire consequences because the battle didn't end there. Losing is important because it would be unrealistic and uninteresting if the protagonists won every single fight. Viewers could lose immersion by how invincible the main characters are. A loss also forces the loser to reflect and improve. Black Clover's strategy of either bringing in another fighter or a power-up when things are looking bleak was an excellent choice. A new fighter entering the skirmish is smart because it can be logically and easily weaved into the story, especially when only a small portion of your vast cast is fighting. One new fighter could always turn the tides of battle. And then power-ups. Power-ups are extremely effective if they are gained or revealed mid-battle when the tension is at its highest. This can be hard to pull off because it might seem like an ass pull, but Black Clover does this sparingly and most of the time reasonably. Noelle and Gauche having a new spell is reasonable because we don't see them use their spells that often. Yami suddenly gaining a new spell by surpassing his limits fits perfectly with the themes of Black Clover. Asta learning key sensing mid-battle is not only badass, but plausible due to the similarities between Yami and Asta, especially in the realm of Asta's physical prowess, considering that sensing is a physical skill. Asta just happening to find another anti-magic sword and somehow gaining a wind spirit are kinda reaches, but they aren't so bad. Asta was in a dungeon with treasure all around him, so a special sword being among that treasure is plausible. Gaining a spirit was sudden, but spirits are proven to be mysterious, even more so with how the fire spirit has moved on to another user. This technique to crafting fights is so effective in shonen battle manga, and the way that Yuki Tabata manages to successfully pull it off multiple times shows how skilled of a writer he is. The fight against Veto was probably the best example of this technique, due to the fact that the entire battle was against one opponent, but that will get its own breakdown. Thank you for watching. Follow me on Twitter, like, share, comment, and subscribe for more content.